Hey, what's up, everybody? So, welcome to a new episode of Metahumans Mondays. We've got some cool topics we're gonna go over today that just kind of popped off this week. We're gonna start off with a banger right here. We're gonna talk about the newly released. Well, I was gonna call it trailer before, but I don't really count it as a trailer though, because this is actually the intro um, to the Cowboy Bebop show on Netflix. We can't play the trailer here because for copyright reasons and so on and so forth. But we got some great imagery that we're going to show you here. But again, I'm here joined with my co-pilot Francisco. How you doing, brother?
What's up? Doing pretty good, pretty good.
So yeah, like you and me discussed earlier, this is the intro to the show, but it's kind of smart because they drop it like a trailer, but it's like, I mean, that's a great idea because like you're not really like giving away the show. You know what I mean? Per se,
Yeah,
it's not really like a spoiler. I think maybe that should be a more common thing. Maybe, you know?
no, it's crazy because what I love about it is that it showed real life action, I guess, visuals of episodes from the actual anime or cartoon or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had stated that this new series isn't going to have any or like that much of an attachment to the anime. It's going to be its own thing. So I'm like, if these are going to be new adventures, then that means that's really cool that they're still hiding that by showing more nostalgia into it.
Yeah, that's actually really exciting. The fact that they're gonna do like new adventures, it's like that really makes the difference. It's like you keep a similar intro, but you continue the adventures and they're in live action. So it kind of gives it like this new feeling, almost like if it's like a actually I'm blanking on what the last season of Cowboy Bebop was. How many seasons was it when they
I think it was only one season, and it was 24 episodes, with
24
one episode being
episodes?
a movie.
So then, I mean, I would like some say this is kind of like a season two. You know what I mean? That's pretty sweet, the
Yeah,
way they do
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um, but man, the casting is fantastic. Actually,
Oh,
it's
dude,
great.
it's
Um,
it's one of those great A casts. Just like when Cowboy Bebop came out, it is hailed as one of the best voice actors like picked for the whole anime, like one of the best English dubs out there. So
yeah,
now it's like now they're gonna flip it around and make it one of the best live actions out there.
yeah. Spike Spiegel, Faye Valentine, Jet Black. I mean, it's a great cast. We're gonna get into some of the other characters too. Of course, the corgi's in there. Um, Actually, is
He's
the
not Scooby
corgi
Doo
in
anymore.
the photo that I loaded? Let's see. It's not in this photo that I loaded, but is there we go. There's the corgi. Actually, the corgi's looking really small here in the image, but man, that is a cool image, man. To see this like in the I was gonna say if well Comic Cons are coming back, but I was gonna say we're gonna see a lot of Cowboy Bebop cosplay after this. Watch.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of and they're gonna be stylizing them kind of based off of this show. So, for those not familiar, John Cho is playing Spike Spiegel. John Cho is I mean he's been in a lot of things, but most people know him from the Harold and Kumar series.
Yeah.
That's like what he's most known for, even though he's been like in a bunch of other things. Right? He was actually in a He's actually going to be in an untitled. Well, there's an untitled Star Trek sequel that's being done right now. He's going to be in that. And he's been in a lot of things. He was on the Exorcist TV show. He was in The Grudge. Yeah, he's been in a lot of things. But I mean, Harold and Kumar is like the thing. You know what I mean? And then Faye Valentine's being played by Daniela Pineda, and I wasn't as familiar with her. She looks great as Faye, but she goes back more like television stuff. Like she was like in a show called Detour, um, and American Odyssey, Originals, Vampire Diaries. So she's more of like a television actress. But she has a current credit post production. It says Jurassic World Dominion, which
Oh.
interested me. I was like, what? I didn't even know. Like it says Jurassic World Dominion. And if you look at like the poster, it says it all started here, and it's got like this mosquito like biting into a dinosaur. Really interesting.
Oh man, is it the mosquito from that Amber from the first movie?
Uh, dude, maybe, dude. But what's tripping me out is it says 2022, and the cast has Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, who were in the last Jurassic Park movie, and Jeff Goldblum's on this too. You know, so
Yeah.
so the cast is heavy, dude. So she's in this Jurassic Park movie coming out, so that's gonna be a big thing for her after this Cowboy Bebop. And then Jet Black, we got Mustafa Shakir, who those of you who are not familiar, if you guys watched the Luke Cage show, he was a Bushmaster. Keep blanking on it. And he played John Bushmaster MacGyver, which is he's a cool villain in the Luke Cage world. Power Man, as I call him, because I have the old Power Man comics. But yeah, that's the cast. Pretty cool. One thing that you and I were going over before too, we'll go over here. And for those noticing here, some of you might be asking, where is Ed? Right? So we're missing Ed. We don't see Ed. And for those not familiar, Ed is the so if you look at the image I popped up right now, Ed is the third character. Well, you know, the Corgi's a character too, but like the third person. I'm sorry, the fourth person. Ed is the fourth person on the team. And the Corgi's, number 5, but Ed is the fourth person. But I actually didn't catch it. You pointed out, now I saw it, but you talk about that Easter egg you saw here. That so we can the directors and producers are kind of hinting that there will be Ed somehow in some way, right?
Yeah, yeah, because well, throughout the whole trailer, I mean, it's all just a bunch of hits of nostalgia, which is really great. But there was one scene where you see a hand holding a little remote control, and it's had little Ed's little happy face on it.
Yeah.
So that's a good tease to Ed.
Yeah, and then there's some stuff like online where like the director, I mean, I hope they do push forth with it, but there's like different articles and stuff like that.
I really like how they're marketing this.
Mhm.
How they're really like they're giving us these nostalgia hits, but they're also being very, very like careful as to what they let out.
Yeah.
Because it's making me like, we there's still the possibility of the show could be bad or it could be good. We don't know at this point, but the hype is there. It keeps bringing this on. Like you said, this trailer is just, and literally that's all we need right now to get hyped.
Yeah.
So I think they're doing a great job how they're doing this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that there's an article actually that says that the I don't know if it's the producer or the director, and they're saying that everyone looking forward to Ed will be pleased. The live action Netflix series has strong confirmation that we'll likely get Ed before the series. Well, we'll get some sort of news on Ed. So I'm thinking like Ed might just be something that comes out. Maybe they don't want to have the whole team recruited in the beginning,
Yeah.
and maybe like Ed impresses them or something, or which would be, I guess, a little weird because this wouldn't really be a season 2. Because then it's like on the first one we obviously have Ed throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it'd be kind of weird. So maybe this is not like a continuation at all. This is just like all new stories and stuff like that, or maybe they're gonna try to make it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember when Ed comes in. I think it was like in like later episode, like 6 or 7 or something.
Uh-huh.
But I know for a little while it was Jet, Spike, Faye, and Ein doing a few adventures alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but like I said, I figured it's going to be more adventures they did that isn't part of the anime, which would be pretty nice. But I mean, we obviously do all want at least 1 or maybe 2 episodes that are part of the anime just brought to life.
Yeah. And then I'm expecting, because of this, we'll get some new merchandise from Cowboy Bebop. I know you have those Square Enix, one of the Square Enix figures,
Yeah, the play arts.
Yeah, and then there's there's Funkos as well. There you go. But I'm expecting a lot of other licensors to jump on board after this, probably.
Oh yeah.
I think there was like I don't know if it was like the Loyal Subjects or one of those brands. They did like a Spike Spiegel and I think a Vicious figure, but they didn't really do all the other characters. Someone's got to come out and just do all of them. You know what I mean? Like
Actually, they already did. Well, I don't know if you heard of the company First Four Figures.
first four. Let me type that in. Let me see.
It's a just a FIRST and then a number four and then figures. They're doing all the cast of Cowboy Bebop right now. They're insanely priced, so like $300 to $400 each.
Oh
but
shit!
the detail's incredible. They're like this tall.
Is the articulation there though, or are they like?
No, they're just full on figurines. That's the thing on them.
Okay, yeah. So I am hoping for. Oh yeah, I see them right here. Yeah, I'm hoping for like actual like articulated. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those
Well,
Square
maybe.
Enix figures are articulated, right? The ones that you
Oh
have.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. That's a legit figure to me. You know.
Yeah, I feel like if they already have, if Square Enix already has these out, I'm pretty sure, because it's even numbered, number two, Vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. So I'm pretty sure they might actually end up coming out with the rest of the cast because of this.
So I mean the first four they're basically statues. It's kind of like Kotobukiya or Iron Studios more so, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm assuming these are iron casts. Because for that price, this needs to be made out of like freaking metal or resin or like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this.
No, I was gonna cave and get one, but then they announced that they were gonna do the whole cast, and I was like, oh, dude, like 400 a pop, and there's four characters. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, this is yeah, and then they're just static too. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
just static. They don't. Sometimes the issues I have with some of the statues like this is since they're static, I'm not a fan sometimes of some of the poses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're kind of just like inhibited to like whatever stance they made a decision to put it in. Although sometimes they knock it out the park and they pick a great pose for it. You know what I mean? But I've just been
Yeah.
always more a figure of like the articulated action figures because you can literally just make the freaking pose that you want. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
On the shelf, off the shelf. I mean, you can combine it with other things. So, um, yeah, I'm expecting for imagine imagine like Cowboy Bebop Hot Toys figures. Holy shit!
Oh,
Like with
I'm pretty sure they might do stuff.
yeah, with like Spike Spiegel with like a cloth tux and shit. You know what I mean? Like
That'd be cool.
yeah, that'd be
Actually,
dope.
I think there was already a Spike Spiegel cloth tuck, but it was like and I think it was like a neck, kind of like a NECA, but like even bigger.
NECA could take that license on pretty damn good too. So could McFarlane, because
Oh yeah,
McFarlane's already doing the My Hero Academia, right?
they are. Oh
Yeah,
snap!
yeah, they're doing the My Hero Academia figures. So if they're already in that lane, you know,
Yeah,
um, yeah, that's not unlikely. You know what
I
I
know.
mean?
Right now, there's two figures at Walmart you could pick up. It's a Vicious and Spike, and they're like old school little cardboard, like a cardstock kind of
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah,
And they're really nice. They're like not heavily detailed,
yeah,
but they are articulated.
yeah. Those are the AXN figures I'm telling you about.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They try to get an account
yeah,
with us, and they never like followed through. So I was like, all right, I guess. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, yeah. I don't know what happened there, but they made like Ninja Turtles and stuff like that too. If you look them up, but they're just not very detailed. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Yeah, they're called Best Action. They're 5-inch figures. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, there's a Spiegel. But see, the problem with that is like, oh, that's cool. They put out the Spiegel, but then like they just stopped. Like there wasn't intention to like, and that's kind of a bummer. Like it's always a bummer when like companies will do like a main character and they don't make the decision to finish it off at least like the main round of characters because there's certain properties where it's like you know what I mean like let's say you're gonna do like RoboCop or something like if all you put out is
Yeah.
RoboCop or like NECA's gonna put out an Alf figure pretty soon, right? So like those things work like as singular drops, you know?
Yeah.
But when you start doing things like Ninja Turtles, you know the outrage like if you only put out like Michelangelo but you don't do the other three, you know what I mean? Or like
Yeah,
if you're gonna put out like Spike Spiegel, but you're not gonna put out Faye or Jet Black or Ed, you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like,
because
yeah,
that's pretty much what happened with the Square Enix line. They just did Spike, then they come out with Vicious, and that was it.
yeah,
Usually, it's just them. I personally always wanted a Julia figure or statue. She deserves a lot of love. She's not even shown as much.
yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully some of these companies change that, right? Yeah. Is that Spike figure still available? You've seen it around? I thought it was like sold out as of a while ago because I don't think they made too many of them.
Which one?
The Spiegel,
The
the best AXN, the one that was like on the cardboard backing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I saw they still had like a two at Walmart.
Interesting.
I think two at Walmart and one more Vicious. I keep debating between picking them up or not.
Yeah, yeah. Because they're not bad. You know what I mean? They're not bad.
Yeah,
They're just not like fully detailed, but you also like want to like be sure that they're gonna be invested enough to like do everybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
I,
thing.
I I would honestly like to get them as like a little collectibles more than like to pose them
Yeah,
because I just really like they have that nostalgic feel, kind of like the Super Sevens, kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So I would like to have them like that in the cardboard and just have them out because these are the ones I want to take out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But this one's still sealed. But I told myself I was gonna bring him out as soon as I get Spike.
Yeah.
So someday.
Yeah, the other thing with those best action figures you're talking about is they have a very strange price point. They're like 15.99.
Oh yeah,
Even though some of the other stores try to put them at like 20, they do have a really strange ass price point. It's so weird, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. It's like in a middle gray area. Yeah, pretty interesting. Um all right, so from that, we're going to jump on into the next topic, which is this one's coming up. We're actually going to beat this before it. Um, I guarantee all of you listening are going to be hearing about this for the next week after like 2 days from when this drops. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Believe it or not, this is going to come out on October 1st. Right now, as the day we record this, we're on the 27th of September, Monday. So that means, what is this? October 1st? What is that, Francisco? Let me see. 27. That is Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
So on Friday, this comes out, folks. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Tom Hardy, Woody Harrelson. And this is hitting theaters. Do we have any? What else is it hitting other than the theaters? There's no HBO Max, none of that stuff with this one? I didn't
I
really
don't
get the
think
full
there
deets
is
on
with
this one.
one.
It's just going straight theater, huh?
I think so.
That is bold. Let me see if it's that's legit. Interesting. Man, if it's gonna go straight theater, I don't know what they're expecting to. I know some people like get bummed that it would come out on digital platforms also, but nowadays you got to be doing both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be doing both. We
way
live in
things
a
are going
different
up.
world now. You know?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's find out. Well, it's definitely hitting theaters. Dude, this is going straight to a theatrical release, man. This will be really interesting. The Venom 2 streaming online exclusively in cinemas when it arrives September 2021. That's right. If you want to watch. Wow. Okay, so this is gonna hit theaters only. And one thing of the debate, some people were not aware if this is rated R or not. Supposedly the rating on this, they ended up giving it a PG-13. Did you hear that?
Oh wow, no. I thought they were going for the R.
That's what I thought too, but I'm reading something here that's saying that that actually kind of doesn't make it as great, right? Because then we can expect some blood. We thought we were gonna get that Carnage movie. Let me double confirm that here though.
And it was going on for a while that they were planning on this being a rated R movie. Yeah, they were, right? I heard a lot of word about that.
Yep. Um, yeah, dude, this is PG-13, bro. So everybody out there who is not aware that thought this was a rated R flick, it's PG-13. So we got some shit held back here. Yeah, so yeah, we got some things that got held back on this movie. Supposedly it was initially being shot and it had like some rated R elements, and it got pulled back. So I would not be surprised if there was some kind of an uncut version, and maybe that's a ploy to make some more bank off of it later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, 100% PG-13, folks. So PG-13. I mean, Carnage is not a PG-13 character. For those not familiar, he is a rated R character all the way, and Carnage is like brutal.
He was very brutal.
Think about it. Think about it this way. This is the best way I could sum it. Like from comic book fans to people like that aren't aware. If you look at Tom Hardy's character, where he's always debating like Venom in his little buddy symbiote voice, like, should I eat her? And he's like, no, don't. You know what I mean? And there's this like good and bad conscience thing going, because at the end of the day, Tom Hardy's, character is a good person, but Venom thinks he's trying to learn, but he's technically can do bad things because he doesn't, you know what I mean? So there's this anti-hero thing going on. He's good and bad. He has no problems, not remorseful for doing bad things. But he's got the good side on him that keeps him from doing bad things. Now, Carnage is a bad person
to the bone.
Yeah, Carnage is a evil person. Think about like the most psychopathic killer that's like in a prison, and with a symbiote that, will do whatever. You know what I mean? So that there is no remorse. So Carnage is like, I mean, if you're gonna,
as the name implies,
exactly. I mean, this should have just been the rate. If Sony did the rated R Deadpool movie, they should have just did a rated R Venom Let There Be Carnage movie. I mean, the first Venom one, PG-13, that's fine because it's Venom. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's fine. That works. That's great.
But then it's like even in the title, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
It's PG-13. There's not going to be carnage.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that changes things right there, man.
Yeah.
That changes things right there. Anyone out there, I'd love to hear your comments on what you think about this. Does it bum you out? Are you still? I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna see it regardless because I watch every single Marvel or DC movie. I'm not someone that's like, oh well, I'm not gonna watch anymore because I just watch everything. I even watched that Fantastic Four movie that everybody said it was one of the worst movies ever made. Hey, I watched it. You know what I mean? And guess what? It wasn't even that bad. I thought there was way worse Marvel movies. You know what I mean?
I always think like it's good to have your opinions and to share them with others. But if you want to have the best opinion, literally, you go watch it yourself. That's the best opinion you can have.
Yeah, my issue with this is that like there literally was not another villain in the Spider-Man universe that should have a rated R movie. Carnage is the only one, in my opinion. Everybody else works for everything. Everybody else is I don't want to say like family friendly, but you can do them in like, you know what I mean?
They're not as evil
exactly
as Carnage, because Carnage is just like straight out. He's a dude that was in jail for like murder. He murdered, and that was about it, right? Much stuff.
Yeah. So this is definitely a disappointment on the rating they gave it, because this is like the only shot at like a rated R. If they're not going to do rated R on this, they're not going to do rated R on anything else. You know what I mean? It's Spider-Man related, at least, right? I'm surprised Deadpool even. You might as well have done Deadpool PG-13. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, basically.
If Deadpool would have worked better PG-13, honestly, than Let There Be Carnage, in my opinion. You know, I know it sounds weird to say, but it's true. Because Deadpool could still be goofy. You know what I mean? And like still be a little more family friendly in ways where you don't have to show him blowing up or whatever, like people or whatever. Like it could still work. Deadpool still has a side to him where it's like kind of like silly. You know what I mean? So it worked. You could do PG-13 with Deadpool all day. You could like legit make a PG Deadpool movie if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like Deadpool just works like in different avenues. But Carnage this is a missed opportunity. I mean, what are you gonna do? Revisit Carnage later? Like, I don't think so. They're gonna do that, man. Especially if they're doing PG-13 right now. So
Watch. I bet you this is gonna be another one of those like Justice League movie kind of things where it's like the movie will be out, everybody's gonna be like, I don't know, so they're gonna do a director's cut. That's
yeah,
gonna be way better.
they had the Snyder cut on the other one. This one they're gonna have the. I'm not even sure who the director is, but actually, who is the director on this? I might as well look it up. Um, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Okay, so the director of Venom, Let There Be Carnage, is Andy Serkis. Oh my gosh,
Oh
dude.
wow.
So Andy Serkis, for those not familiar, he's actually an actor himself, but he's like one
Gollum.
of those. Yeah, he was Claw in the Black Panther movie, but everybody knows Andy Serkis as Smeagol in the Lord of the Rings franchise. And he's also in Planet of the Apes. I think he plays Caesar, right?
Yeah.
Which, damn, that's a good movie. Planet of the Apes. That Planet of the Apes is a
Oh,
weird
dude.
movie that I always forget about, but when I remember it, it's like, oh, that was a good movie, you know?
Dude, he does really killer roles. He does such a great job.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Weird, man. Really weird. I don't know I don't know the decision to um
It's like you said, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to watch it to have a proper opinion on it.
yeah, definitely. You know, this is tripping me out, man. Andy Serkis on IMDb on the Batman movie. I did not know that he was playing Alfred. Did you know he's playing Alfred?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know that. What the heck?
I think they just released a trailer 2 days ago or something.
Oh,
I'm not
shoot.
sure. Like I said, this weekend I've been like out of it.
Yeah, and then the one that I saw that I was curious about is I think he's playing well, he's in the movie. I'm not sure if he's playing him. He might be. I think he is. But he's in the Luther movie. Did you hear about that? Oh no,
Oh, wow.
Idris Elba, John Luther. Yeah, there's a Luther movie that's being made.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Um
And then
so-
there's the rumor going around about the Lord of the Rings show on HBO, right? Maybe he's gonna come out in that too.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a trip, man. This is a trip. Yeah, Andy Serkis directed it. I didn't know I didn't know he was how many things has he directed? He directed Mowgli Legend of the Jungle in 2018. I didn't even know that, man. Mowgli, that was a Netflix movie. Mowgli Legend of the Jungle. And he went straight from a Netflix movie that he directed all the way to Let There Be Carnage on Venom. Wow.
I love that.
Look at the pull on that, you know?
Straight
Yeah.
from child friendly to Carnage. That's why I went PG-13.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Interesting, man. That's some crazy information. So from this, we'll jump on to the final portion of the show here, and that is the comic book pick of the week. And this week, we're picking a book that's going to drop in about 2 days from now. And this is called Gun Honey. Real quick in the chat, Josh says there's going to be a other cut for home release. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I mean, that's what we think too, Josh. And he says Carnage never really made sense to me. Like Spider-Man could beat him, but then he's kicking the crap out of the Silver Surfer. Yeah, but Woody Harrelson's a great actor, so that's what I was looking forward to, you know. But with that rated R, you know, missing. I mean, Woody Harrelson's been in plenty of rated R movies. I mean, remember Natural Born Killers too, and like, you know, yeah, he was in a bunch of movies. So like, yeah, he could have did a probably even stellar job if they just let him loose. But comic book pick of the week is going to be Gun Honey from Hardcase Comics. Hardcase hasn't released one of these like espionage detective books that they have. Hardcase is under Titan Comics. It's like a kind of a branch thing from it. Yeah, Gun Honey is the pick of the week. Reason being, you've got great cover artists. You got the main covers, Bill Sienkiewicz. I mean, wow, you know. There's an FOC cover coming out from Adam Hughes. So they got some big guns on the covers on these. And then to boot, a lot of people don't know this, but the company Hardcase that puts out these like spy 007 espionage slash detective noir books that they put out, because that's kind of the genre they're in. This one's different. Gun Honey is actually written by the owner of the company.
Oh wow,
So that actually, I mean,
that's pretty cool.
speculation wise, that's kind of like putting your money where your mouth is. You know what I mean? So if like something were to get picked up, right? Why wouldn't it be the one that has the most pull? And has the least tension? Because you could imagine sometimes creators and owners and stuff like that, they'll clash with their properties, like an Image comic. Well, you know what I mean? Like someone created
Yeah,
something at Marvel and they can't use it because now it's owned by Marvel, and you got all this big stuff. It's crazy, right? But
you know,
if the
it,
owner wrote this, I mean, he'll be like, yeah, Netflix, take it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But Titan Comics, isn't that the one also that they got the Cowboy Bebop comic?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, dude, they got a lot of
Oh,
stuff coming out. It's pretty
yeah,
wild. They're having this resurgence coming right now with a
yeah.
lot of
That's what I was gonna
titles.
say.
Yeah, Titan Comics slash Hard Case Crime. So and you know what? The more I was looking into it, I think Hard Case Crime is like it's like their black label, like they're kind of like their rated R-ish title, PG
Yeah,
13. And then Titan's kind of just like the more Doctor Who, and like they're gonna bring in Cowboy Bebop. You know what I mean? Um, they've got stuff like that. I think they were doing Blade Runner, right? Blade Runner
yeah.
was the other one. Um, yeah. Yeah. So, Gun Honey. What's it about? It's basically, if you're fans of like La Femme Nikita, 007, stuff like that. It's that style of a book, Tomb Raider, without the puzzle solving. You know what I mean? Um, the basically the description says, when a smuggled high security leads to the death of dozens and escape of brutal criminals, notorious weapons smuggler Joanna Tan is enlisted by the U.S. government. Find the man she set loose and bring him down. So, yeah, it sounds like a freaking movie, right? um, yeah, it's like a 007-ish espionage
I really like the cover too.
kind of
Looks really nice.
suspense thing. You know what I mean? So, should be a fun read. The reason I put it on here on the list again is because the owner of the hard case is the writer, so that already gives it a big edge. You know what I mean? And yeah, you got Sienkiewicz, you've got Adam Hughes on an FOC cutoff art. You've got a lot of different individuals. There's another big artist that did a cover on the second issue too. We will have this in stock at the store as well for those local. And if you don't, you can always get it at your LCS. But they're I think the Gun Honey issue 2. Oh yeah, the second issue has a Kendrick Lim cover, which is really nice as well. If you guys are not familiar with Kendrick Lim, he's kind of like in the well, a lot of you probably already know Kendrick Lim if you're following comics, but he's essentially like kind of like Art Germ, Derek Chu. I know he hangs out with Derek Chu. So that style. So you got a lot of big names on these titles. So Gun Honey, check it out. It's one of those kind of titles that seems like it would be a movie. Would not be surprised if this became a movie. It's like this feels like it could be directed by like Luc Besson. You know what I mean? Who does a lot of those films like those types of films like Salt, or what's the other one with there's another one that just came out with like, I think it was like Jennifer Garner. You got another one with Maggie Q that's gonna come out. That one with Maggie Q that's gonna come out. Actually, this looks like Maggie Q on the cover here, but what's the other one that's coming out with Maggie Q in it? She played La Femme Nikita in like the old I don't know why it reminds me of it. It's almost like Gun Honey without calling it Gun Honey. Um, let's see what it's called here. Could tell you right now. The Protege. Yeah, I think it's called The Protege.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like that's what like this. That's what this reminds me of. The Protege. It has Maggie Q, Samuel L. Jackson, and yeah. I mean that. Oh, Michael Keaton's in it too.
Oh,
So yeah,
snap.
yeah. If you look it up, I don't know. This gives me vibes of that. This almost looks like her too, Gun Honey. But yeah. Should be a good read. I think it's only a 4 issue or 3 issue miniseries, so it's really easy to collect. And that's it. That's gonna be the comic book pick of the week. Thank you everyone for joining on in. I appreciate you all. Um, this week's been crazy with the we've been doing the Whatnot auctions. Check us out on there on the Whatnot app, Sundays and Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, and then catch us here on Mondays at 8 as well. And there's a lot of new stuff coming. I think we got some new Power Ranger figures that dropped in on the store this past week that we haven't posted yet, but it's the new wave of Power Rangers. Those just came in. Power Rangers Lightning from Hasbro, and then we got all the TMNT Super 7 figures, the new wave that just came out. The Michelangelo Metalhead. See, I remember the Metalhead now. Um, and it had the April O'Neil and a Rock Steady. That was the wave that just came out. So we have those in stock. I believe the April O'Neil is sold out though, but we have the other three in stock at the shop. So if you're local, come check it out. If you're not local and you're missing those, you don't have them at your LCS, contact us and let us know, and we can get that out to you as well. But without further ado, that's about it for today's show. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you. Francisco, where can we find you on the social media, dude?
You can find me at the.boyblender on Instagram, and also don't forget that for the locals we got is it the last one of the Reptile already
Oh
out?
yeah, Reptile just came out. So if you don't have Reptile 4, come on by. It's let's say the season, but the series finale, and come scoop that up before we get the signing that we're planning right now with the writer of Reptile at Marvel for our shop. And that book just came out, and that book was really good. So Reptile 4 and Last Ronin 4
Yeah,
came out too.
yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of new comics at the shop. Come by and pick them up. And Primordial came out too, which is.
Oh yeah.
Did you read Primordial?
Oh yeah, I did.
That shit was good, huh?
It's a trip, man.
That shit was good.
I want
Yeah.
to know what's going on. I want to keep reading it.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, we had that as a pick of a week here on this show, maybe a month ago or something, and it definitely earned that position because yeah, same thing, man. I read that, I was like, gosh darn, I gotta read number 2 now. This is actually want to know what the hell is gonna happen now. So Primordial is the real deal, folks. If you have not read Primordial, it was one of our comic book picks of the week here. Read that. It's good. It really is. I'm telling you, you're gonna want to read a second one. It's really really good. Jeff Lemire did a great job. But I mean, Jeff Lemire's been killing it, right? He's got that Sweet Tooth show produced by Robert Downey Jr. He's got Black Hammer, which is gonna get, it's like the biggest thing that Dark Horse has right now is Black Hammer as far as like a world building, and that's all Jeff Lemire. And now he's doing his Image title. He's actually got another Image title. It's called like Maze something Maze. I don't know what it was, but Primordial was the big one, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that shit's really good, man. And the cover art on cover A, B, C, and D, really really good too, man. Like all
Oh
the
yeah.
covers you can't really miss. I know cover A's big on the Bucks because it's cover A, but not gonna lie, man, B, C, and D, they're real. I actually like them better than cover A. They're really
Oh
good.
yeah. I
Great
really
book.
like see with the whole moon going on.
Yeah, that's the Jeff. That's the Jeff. No, that's the. Oh man, the Dustin Nguyen cover, where the rocket ship is launching into the. If you turn it sideways and you get the ape and the rocket ship, is it that one?
No. That's the cover B.
Oh, okay.
Cover C, I think has the moon on it, or like a two moons kind of thing, or two worlds. It looks interesting.
Yeah, dude. You can't miss on those. Those covers are great, man.
They're all just really eye catching.
Yeah,
Really good.
yeah. Highly recommend that. If your local LCS has that, scoop it up. If you're local to the Valley, come pick it up. It's called Primordial. And I mean, here's the thing. I bet you it's gonna be something picked up for a show, right? Something down the line. It's gonna get picked up, so it'll be valuable. But even if it doesn't, it's that good of a read. Just read it. You know what I mean? Yeah, and right now while it's at cover price, you can't go wrong. Yeah, there's lots of junk out there that you might accidentally be spending $4 on. You know what I mean? $5 on for a comic. This is not one of them. Just give it a shot, and you'll trip out. And yeah, it's a good read. Primordial, recommend it. And all right, that's it, everyone, for the show. I appreciate you all. And take care. And catch us on at Metahumans Comics on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And that's about it. All right, everyone, take care. And thank you for tuning in. All right.